Welcome back once again, Mountain fans, into the Mountain Studios. I am Frank Martin, and this is 5 and 15. We love to have you. Thanks for coming by. Hey, 5 and 15 is a show that highlights all we do here on the network in 15 minutes. It's quick, like the run of that CBS show, Survivor. That's still on? Wait, what? How many islands are there? Seriously? Anyways, here's what's on today's menu. As you see, our top story, the unintended consequence of upset weekend in the Mountain West, rushing the court. First and second place teams coming into the weekend, San Diego State and UNLV both lost to underdogs. And when Saturday was done, the 5th, 7th, and 8th place teams in conference all had wins over teams above them in the standings. To the highlights we go.
Going right at Green for the layup. It goes! Broncos win it at the buzzer, 70-69.
Fletcher makes 1 out of 2. The lead is 2. Xavier Thames for the win. No! Air Force upsets San Diego State.
Now, one of the things you may have noticed in the video was the proliferation of court rushing. Pretty much everyone who won rushed the court, aside from New Mexico, and maybe that's because they're used to winning. Well, great enthusiasm is great, but at some point you need to act like you've been there before. So fans of the Mountain West, it's time for an intervention. I want to first start off by saying there are a lot of people who love you in this building, love you. But you have a problem. You've lost the ability to control your urge to rush the court. Rushing the court should be done in special occasions only, not after beating a team that hasn't gone to the NCAA tournament since most of you were in grade school. Oh, and in the future, you don't have to wait until after the teams are done shaking hands to go rush the court. Just go, Boise. As for the others, well, you need to know when it's okay to rush the court too. Now, if you beat a ranked team for the first time in 20 years, it's okay to rush the court, a la Air Force. But if you're going to make sure you rush the court, you want to make sure you have enough people to fill the jump circle. Also, if you beat a team that's in the top 10, it's okay to rush the court. Now, TCU will make an exception. UNLV was 11. You get the benefit of the doubt. But anytime the cheerleaders finish a routine before you rush onto the court, you're doing it wrong. I think I got my point across. I bet it'll be a while before we see any more fans rushing the court.
Colorado State, the pass to Hornung, and he throws it down. 71-63, Colorado State comes up with a win over number 18, New Mexico. So for the second time this year at Moby Arena, the fans stormed the court.
Guess I stand corrected. Really? Well, I guess my plea falls on deaf ears. Oh well. Hey, there is an upside to this, though. We could have more upsets this week. TCU beating New Mexico, we really wouldn't fit that criteria we just covered about rushing the court. But hey, what do you care, Mountain West fans? Log on to the MTN.TV for a full Saturday schedule. Pre-game live tips off at 1:30. Now, one of the more fun moments this past weekend came at the end of the CSU-Wyoming game. The Rams had just knocked off their heated rivals, Wyoming, and Marty Fletcher pulled aside Tim Miles to ask about strategy.
At the shoot-around today, Coach Ari gave you the big tip about Dorian Greens. Let him go. Green means go, and he was terrific in the second half as well.
We just can't say enough about Ari's help. We really appreciate that. But I tell you what, Dorian Greens a trooper, and that kid, I'd bet on him 10 times out of 10.
Now, we've got some pros on our staff, Marty included. It doesn't get much better than when Marty interviews Timmy. But remember, we have pros here. You may remember this guy, James Bates. Well, he worked for the Mountain for a number of years, providing fans with lots of interesting and entertaining takes on dozens of Mountain West moments. Now, this past weekend, though, he gave his new family over at CBS College Sports a new memory.
Greetings, everybody. So glad to have you with us tonight. Along with Steve Wolf, I'm James Bates. Well, they're ready to rock. Hey, man. Woo! Give me a shoot. I guess okay, they're ready to rock here. Let's keep it going in the Cintas Center. You see how rough things are? Woo! They're always ready to rock. You know what? A big-time rivalry, not a big-time stool, but a big-time need for a win for both of these teams.
He just kept on going. His partner didn't know what to do. Anyways, that's awesome. All right, videos like that one illustrate how we like to have a good time here at the network. We can also do some serious work. This example is perfect. It's a long-format interview show called A Conversation With. We delve deep beyond the X's and O's on A Conversation With, and here's an example from our conversation with Dave Rice.
We were riding in convertibles in a parade that started downtown in Las Vegas and culminated in a huge celebration at the Thomas and Mack Center. And as a junior that year, I can remember thinking as we rode along that parade route, wow, this is really, really special. But it's not special because it's just about me or just about our team or just our coaching staff. The entire community of Las Vegas can share in this.
A Conversation with Dave Rice airs throughout the month. On Monday, A Conversation with Ivan Sanchez debuts at 7 p.m. Log on to the MTN.TV for more information. Click on the TV schedule tab and then search for the next airing of A Conversation With. Now, naturally, one of the topics on Dave Rice's show was his experience with the great Jerry Tarkanian. Tark was also a point of interest in another mountain venture this week. In the latest article from the Mountain.tv's William C. Holden, Will paints the picture of a former coach who would have every right to be one of Tark's staunchest detractors. Only he's not. That man, Riley Wallace. UNLV beat his Century team by 29 points in that tiny Louisiana school's first nationally televised game. Well, then the Running Rebels hung an NCAA record 164 points on Wallace's Hawaii team. That's all on the Mountain.tv in the new William C. Holden article. You can go there and log under the Writers tab. They have the best articles in the Mountain West. Mark Knudsen, Todd Christensen are also on the Writers main page. All right, it's time for a break, but don't go anywhere. When we return, Marty Fletcher's back. Him and Fred Langley make an appearance on 5 and 15. Need I say more? See ya.